They declared war on Earth. Humanity laughed. Admiral Zorb Quilaxian gazed out from the broad viewport of the Imperial warship, Inevitable Conquest. His three main eyes narrowed in doubt. His secondary sensory eyes remained trained on the holographic display of the small blue-green world slowly rotating below. Standing stiffly at attention, Science Officer Pix Nuberon's antenna twitched with anxiety. "So you're telling me," Zorb intoned, drawing out each syllable as if lecturing a slow-witted creature, "that this utterly insignificant mudball is generating those radio transmissions that have been crippling our intelligence division for 30 planetary rotations?" "Yes, Admiral," Click stammered, mandibles clicking. "We've confirmed it beyond any reasonable doubt." Zorb snorted, a sound like trapped steam escaping a faulty valve. "And you believe these signals mean an advanced civilization resides there?" he asked, waving a dismissive tentacle. "Tell me, what are they called? Ridiculous myth creatures from old texts?" "Humans, sir," Pix answered hesitantly. The Admiral's laugh echoed across the bridge, making junior officers flinch. "Humans! Might as well say it's inhabited by quantum unicorns or probability dragons." Pix's exoskeleton flushed pale yellow, the Quilaxian equivalent of embarrassment. "With all due respect, Admiral," Pix continued, "some of those old texts may carry truth." Zorb waved his other tentacle dismissively. "Everyone with more than 2 functioning brain cells knows humans are just old campfire stories made to scare gullible hatchlings. Opposable thumbs, emotional irrationality. Give me a break." He turned to his strategic commander, the battle-scarred veteran Craig Dominar, whose carapace bore evidence of 17 planetary conquests. "What's your assessment, Commander?" Craig's voice gravel-heavy. "No defense grid, no orbital weapons platforms, no detection arrays. Whatever life exists there, they are effectively industries for the taking." Zorb smacked the viewport with enough force to vibrate the reinforced steel. "This will be the easiest conquest in Galactic Imperium history, a Class 3 world loaded with harvestable resources. The Emperor will be somewhat pleased, and I'll finally get my promotion." He swiveled dramatically, ceremonial cape fluttering. "Prepare the invasion fleet. Standard conquest protocol at Rho 600 ship time tomorrow. Resource extractors deployed by midday. Victory banquet on my desk by dinner time." As the bridge buzzed with activity, Pix approached hesitantly. Zorb barked, "Speak, Science Officer. Your face looks like you've swallowed a temporal paradox." "Sir," Pix said softly, "more recent transmissions include images, visuals resembling what the ancient texts describe as humans, bipedal, skeletal structure like ours, curious emotional behavior, and combustion-based technology." Zorb's 5 eyes snapped open. "Next you'll tell me they have those mythical companion animals. Dogs?" Pix's antenna drooped. "Actually, sir, yes. Transmission data shows quadrupeds that follow them." Zorb stared long minutes, then exploded into laughter so violent his respiratory sacs doubled. "This is priceless. This timid officer believes in humans." He wiped fluid from his eye stalks. "I don't care if this planet houses floating jellyfish or sentient fungi. Tomorrow it's ours. End of discussion." Commander Craig leaned close to Pix, lowering his voice. "You think humans truly exist? Those creatures from the Forbidden Archives?" Pix nodded solemnly. "I've studied every transmission available. If those aren't humans, they're incredibly similar. And if the ancient warnings hold even a fraction of truth, we may be making a grave mistake." The next morning, the invasion fleet descended with precision. Thousands of drop ships streaked into the planet's atmosphere, converging on major population centers. Admiral Zorb sat in his command chair, sipping nutrient broth, barking orders. "All ships maintaining descent. Planetary defenses, none." "Of course," Zorb sneered. "Whatever primitives evolved on that rock are about to receive the gift of order. They might even call us saviors." Suddenly, the bridge communication officer snapped upright. "Admiral, transmissions are coming again, from the planet's surface in several languages, but our translation array is adapting rapidly." "Display it," Zorb said, expecting cries for mercy. The screen flickered and revealed a nearly hairless, pink-skinned biped seated behind a rudimentary console. They spoke rapidly in complex patterns, simultaneously broadcast from all major cities, warned of unidentified aircraft entering airspace. Public service announcements urged calm and declared, "This is not a drill." Silence blanketed the bridge. Eyes flicked between the screen and Zorb. Commander Craig cleared his throat. "A human," he said, voice trembling, "standing straight up just like in the ancient texts." Zorb waved his tentacles dismissively, though his middle eye trembled. "So, they stand upright and speak. But that doesn't make them humans. Humans are supposed to be unpredictable, resourceful, irrational when threatened. This one simply reported our arrival. Where's the signature human rage?" As if on cue, the screen split to show footage from the dropships. A combustion-powered craft approached fast and fired projectiles into hull. Zorb demanded damage report. "Minimal," came the reply. "Primitive kinetic weapons, barely scratch." Zorb relaxed again. "See? No threat." Then the primitive craft detonated, voluntarily. An explosion engulfed dropship 247. "It's gone, sir," the officer sputtered. Zorb sprayed his nutrient broth. "They had explosives beyond our scan's limits. Pilot deliberately crashed." Pix's voice trembled. "Sacrificial attack. Just as the text predicted. Humans prioritize collective survival over individual." Zorb's carapace turned deep purple. One lucky strike means nothing. Continue the invasion. But reports flooded in across the planet. Unexpected resistance. Captured ships reversed engineered on the spot. Zorb watched humans dismantle scout drones under fire. "This is impossible," he murmured. Pix replied, "Sir, no species learns that fast, unless they're humans." Craig asked, "Have you actually read the full text on humans?" Zorb snapped, "No, they're children's cautionary tales." Pix continued, "Our texts say humans feature extreme adaptability, tool integration so deep it's psychological, social structures balancing competition with cooperation, and they thrive on conflict." Zorb scoffed, unconvincingly. Craig interjected gravely, "Admiral, we've lost contact with 23 dropships. Humans are using our own vehicles as guided missiles. White flags, then explosives." "Deception tactics," Pix whispered. "Text predicted this too." Zorb's color deepened to near black. "It changes nothing. We outnumber them. Our tech is superior. The Imperium has conquered 1,000 worlds." Pix replied softly, "Never one with humans, because many believed they didn't exist." The communication officer's console beeped urgently. "Admiral, humans are broadcasting on our secure frequencies. Encryption cracked." Zorb's protest rang hollow. "What are they saying?" "They propose terms, sir." Zorb's respiratory sacs throbbed. "Negotiate with primitives? We are the Imperial Armada." The officer continued, "They've captured 16 ships intact. They're analyzing our propulsion, weapons, communication systems, and they're thankful for our courtesy." The weight of failure hit Zorb. Humans weren't myths. They were real. Text warned they'd be adaptable, unpredictable, and swift to weaponize tech. Pix adjusted trembling datapad. "Tell me everything about humans. No detail is too small." Exhaling, Zorb said, "The future of the Imperium may depend on it." Pix nodded. "Admiral, there's more. The oldest Forbidden Archive texts hint that our civilization met humans millennia ago, and we lost." On screen, a human face appeared, square-jawed, determined, eyes boring into Zorb. Their mouth curved into an ancient text described smile, insidious, not comforting. "Attention, alien vessel," the human said in near-perfect Qualian. "We should discuss your unconditional surrender." Silence fell. Commander Craig cleared his dry throat. Zorb's 5 eyes blinked rapidly. Zorb sputtered, "That primitive just suggested we surrender?" The human smiled. "I'm General Talia Baxter of the United Earth Defense Force. Yes, that is my suggestion. Your invasion is failing spectacularly, and we seek to avoid needless casualties." Commander Dominar approached. "Admiral, 60% of our ground forces are compromised. Humans adapt rapid. Our tech is being reverse engineered." Zorb slammed a tentacle on the console. No species can reverse engineer our tech that fast. Pix cleared his throat. Techs say humans have rare cognitive architecture for intuitive leaps. Zorb screamed, spitting acidic drool. I want solutions, not anthropological lectures. General Baxter's image watched with interest. Your science officer is sane. Maybe listen to him. Zorb turned purple with shame. How do you understand our language? Our translators couldn't have transmitted one intact comm module. Baxter replied casually. Our study succeeded. We miniaturized your language interface. Now our forces understand you, and capturing you is easier. The communication officer froze. It's true, captured Imperial soldiers are interrogated in their native dialects. Zorb slumped. Tell me about humans. Everything now. Pix showed trembling data. Humans evolved on a planet of extremes. Endure heat and cold. Digest almost anything. Endurance powered by evaporative cooling. Sweating, sir. Baxter nodded. Your officer did his homework. But their psychology, Pix hesitated. They fiercely guard individuality, but unite fluidly. When threatened, they escalate. More innovative, aggressive, willing to sacrifice individuals for group victory. Tactical display flashed red. Admiral, they've hijacked sectors 9 to 14 dropships and are targeting us. Zorb protested. They can't fly our ships. Craig shook his head. They don't need to. They use them as bombs. Defense officer panicked. They're rigging our energy weapons as grenades. Zorb looked up at Baxter. What do you want? First, they demanded all forces pull out. Second, full technical data on propulsion for reparations. Third, location and details of our Imperium. Zorb gasped. You expect me to betray the Imperium? Baxter replied coolly. I expect you to be rational. You've lost this battle. How much it costs depends on you. Before Zorb could react, multiple sensors alarmed. Admiral, new craft approaching. Modified scout ships, but different energy profiles. Zorb demanded. How different? They run hotter. They've removed safety limits. Baxter's face bore a smirk. Rules and safety protocols are guidelines. You could have gone faster. The defense officer screamed. Impact in 30 seconds. Zorb ordered evasive maneuvers. Craig reported, too late. They're too fast from too many vectors. The flagship shook. Bridge alarms blared. A hull breach on Deck 7. Security teams responded, but aboard breaches began. Baxter's voice cut in. Fourth demand, surrender the vessel. We want your FTL tech. Zorb snarled. You're insane. 12,000 Imperial personnel aboard. You expect to seize a battleship with a few boarding parties? Baxter spoke softly. We don't need the whole vessel at once. We target engine room and command deck. We've studied schematics from your captured ships. We know where to strike. Lights flickered, then died. Red emergency glow bathed the bridge. 4 security feeds displayed humans in improvised suits, armed with modified Imperial weapons, moving through corridors. How are they this effective? Zorb whispered. Pix studied his datapad. They've infiltrated our frequencies, rerouted orders. They've unleashed an information virus called trolling, memes, rickrolls. They swamp our AI. Craig frowned. A virus? Pix. Our quantum encryption systems are overloaded, trying to parse memes and nonsense. CPUs diverted from defense. Another alarm blared. Engine room breach. Panic on the helm. Humans have reached FTL drive control. Zorb looked at Baxter patiently, still on screen. Realization dawned. You planned all of this, from the surrender proposal down. Baxter nodded. Not entirely. Offer still stands, as insurance. Then, my team now holds your engine room. We have your FTL drive. Your choice is narrow. Doors hissed and opened, humans in close formation, modified weapons in hand. A tall, dark-eyed human commanded, Bridge secure, General. Zorb and crew raised surrender appendages. He clicked to Pix. How can a single world defeat our might in one planetary rotation? Pix antenna drooped. Ancient texts warned, we dismiss them. Humans don't follow protocols. They find loopholes. They weaponize everything. Commander Jackson stepped forward, curious. You guys actually thought we were legend? Zorb's eyes widened. Jackson smiled. We tracked your transmissions for decades. When your ships appeared, Earth united like never before. Craig interjected, you said Earth nations were always fighting. Jackson laughed, bizarre to Quilaxian hearing. Oh, we still fight among ourselves. But nothing unites like external threat. Everything else paused when you arrived. Baxter continued. We beamed this entire encounter live across Earth. Your attempt triggered global unity. Zorb sagged. The Emperor will decapitate me. Baxter snapped to business. We have a proposal to spare your limb, and possibly both civilizations. Zorb's eye stalks lifted. I'm listening. We don't want to conquer or destroy you. That is wasteful. Instead, we propose alliance and exchange. Alliance, Zorb sputtered. With a species that seized our flagship? Baxter. Exactly. If we adapt your tech this quickly as adversaries, imagine what we can build together. Pick's antenna shivered with excitement. Admiral, this is historic. Cooperation with humans isn't in any text, but we must consider it. Craig sighed. This is either unprecedented opportunity or disaster. He looked at Baxter, then Pix, then Zorb. After a pause, he straightened. Describe this proposal. Baxter spoke clearly. We return your captured soldiers, minus a few for research. You share technical data to help Earth join the interstellar community. The Imperium formally recognizes Earth as sovereign. In exchange, humans offer unique problem-solving to Imperium's biggest challenges. Zorb swallowed. And if I refuse? Baxter's face hardened. We keep the ship, reverse engineer everything, present ourselves to the galaxy as the species that defeated the mighty Imperial Armada within a planetary rotation. Commander Jackson smirked flatly. Your call, Admiral. Friend or cautionary tale. Humans adapt either way. Zorb glanced at Pix, who nodded. Craig shrugged. The Emperor will never believe we lost like this, Zorb muttered. Jackson whispered, then don't say you lost. Say you discovered a new civilization and followed first contact protocol. It's truthful, just framed creatively. Zorb managed a crooked smile. Very well, General Baxter. On behalf of the Galactic Imperium, I accept your alliance proposal. Baxter nodded, pleased. Excellent. Jackson will escort you to provisional headquarters to finalize terms. And Admiral, welcome to Earth. We look forward to exploring the universe together. As Zorb followed Commander Jackson down the corridor, he leaned close to Pix. When we return, update the archives. Humans aren't myths. They are real, dangerous, and surprisingly reasonable when not faced with conquest. Pix's antenna twitched affirmatively. Perhaps the ancient texts need revision. This galaxy will want more thorough data on humanity. Zorb agreed, watching humans already modify Imperial tech in corridors. He thought, it's never going to be the same. Commander Jackson glanced back at Zorb, expression calm but eyes bright with challenge, and gave him that unsettling human smile. You have no idea, Admiral. No idea at all.